Hello and welcome to A Book in 5 Minutes. I'm Lindsay Milner. Today I'm looking at a book that is part of a series on philosophy and pop culture. It is called Ted Lasso and Philosophy. No question is into touch. It's edited by Mary Beth Baggett and David Baggett. As I say, it's a series of articles within the book, and I'm going to focus on one particular article, which is called City Candide meets Compassionate Camus. And that particular article is written by Kimberley Blessing. So the article discusses optimism, a concept that's relevant to philosophy and to psychology, which is why I've picked this one out. The article draws on Voltaire's Candide and his brand of naive optimism and how he develops through trying to exercise that, and Albert Camus' The Plague, which has more tempered optimism sort of going throughout the book. So both of these books reject the idea of philosophical optimism, which is the concept that everything that happens, good or bad, is part of God's will. And if bad things happen, they are part of something for a greater good, known only to God. It's beyond the limit of human understanding. As I say, both of these classic works reject that concept. Blessing compares Candide's growing awareness that this isn't true, and Dr. Rieu, the main character within The Plague, and his persistence, his refusal to give up in the face of very difficult circumstances, that of a plague. Apparently, this book became kind of popular reading throughout COVID times, and the other link really to COVID and how we were all had to deal with those extraordinary circumstances. A lot of people instead watched Ted Lasso, a really feel-good kind of series that was on at the time. So Blessing's conclusion is illustrated by all three works, and it's that reliance on divine explanation, or our more modern take of, everything happens for a reason, is ineffective. She picks up on a couple of other key themes as well. One is that we need community, we work better as a team, and she picks several examples throughout Ted Lasso that show how we work better as a team and that we're no good in isolation. And she also points out that it's no good just hoping that things will work out for the best. We have to put in the work. We have to put in some effort. And again, this concept is also illustrated by all three works, by Dr. Rieu, by Candide, and by Ted Lasso. Normally, I would conclude with a recommendation as to whether you should bother with the book or not, whether I think it's worth a read. As I say, this is a collection of articles and I've just focused on one. The articles pick out a number of different themes that crop up throughout Ted Lasso. And if you've watched it and you have an interest in philosophy, then yes, it's a really interesting read. There are some other really interesting articles that I could have picked out. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, I would say the book probably wouldn't mean much by itself because all of the examples are based in Ted Lasso. And if you haven't watched Ted Lasso, why not? Go and watch it. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so good on so many levels. I loved it and it's 100% worth watching. It's on Apple TV, so you might have to pay an additional subscription to watch it, but absolutely it is worth it. So that is Ted Lasso and philosophy. No question is into touch, and it's specifically the article within there, Kansas City Candide meets Compassionate Camus by Kimberley Blessing. That is this week's book. I will see you next time. If you want more content like this, then please do give the channel a subscribe, and don't forget to give this video a like. See you soon. I'm Lindsay Milner. Bye.